So can you guys hear me? Can you see the screen too?
Yes. Yeah, we
Yes,
can
yes.
start.
Please mute yourselves. I'll be looking for price to do what? Since we flipped this demand zone here, I'll be looking for price to either break to the downside or to the upside before I can start looking for a buy or sell. And note, when you are backtesting here, instead of playing the replay tool or whatever, there should be actually something you are looking for, which is like your entry model or your plan or something, and you should be able to build a logic behind it. So this is what I said we are doing today. Yeah, this is what I said we are backtesting today. This we might actually backtest more models maybe in the coming weeks or so. I won't have time to do this all the time, sha. But this is what we're looking at here. We have this some impulsive leg, the little pullback, then the push. While this is acting as an inducement, and yeah, this is just what we are looking at. Same thing in an uptrend too. The same thing in an uptrend. So we should be looking at this here if we see price move to the upside as well. So let's see how price reacted. Like I said, you can take your buy, you can take yourself from this flip zone if you want and target this low, but it's not something I treat. So yeah, I will be looking for this particular entry model till we are done. Just this particular entry model. Let's see how many times it plays out and how you can capitalize on it. So this is also going to test your patience very well. So let's see how price reacted. First of all, I said we're looking for a break of structure. Okay, we've seen a break of structure to the downside. Let's wait for the structure to end and we'll know what we are looking at. Okay, now this is our first break of structure, confirming a bearish trend. Now, first of all, why did I wait for a break of structure? It's simple. After we flipped this zone, you could see price reacting from this other demand, area here. Price could continue, price can actually continue from here to buy again, possibly. So we need another break of structure to confirm that yes, we flipped bearish. And when this happens, we'll now start looking for our entry model. So now after this break of structure, we have this pullback here. Practically, a lot of people would want to buy from here. So this can actually act as an inducement here. This can actually act as an inducement or a trap. Any name you want to call it, sure. Some people might want to buy from here. And some people again might want to buy from, okay, yeah, we have this nice looking order block here. We have this nice looking order block with a fair value gap below it, which is kind of like one of my top criteria for picking POIs. This is one of my top criteria for picking POIs. Now, this fair value gap now gives me a little more confidence on this particular area. And another reason why I like this particular POI is because it swept liquidity. If you watch this area, you'll find out that it actually swept the previous high before in structure. And now we have this inducement around here. Some people label it as trap and some call it whatever they call it here. So if you're looking to take your trade from this particular zone, you can actually take your trade from the area of sweep, or you can take the other block plus a little bit above here, and you see how price move. Okay, let me put a position 2 so we can actually see it clearly. So yeah, you might actually want to like target this particular low for price to print another leg. So if price should print another leg, that should be a very, very nice move actually. So when price comes into this zone, you can take a very nice confirmation entry on lower time frame, or some aggressive traders can, if you don't really have time, just put your stop loss above here and see how price play out. It's just what this particular model we are looking at right now. It's just this particular model we are looking at right now. So now, when were you able to see this kind of model? I think this was 26th of May. Yeah. So let's see how long it took for price to actually come to that zone. But sometimes I do drop signals in my signal group and it will take like 1 week before it actually gets mitigated. And then I'll show profit. People will be like, you were still waiting for this move since you were still waiting for this particular move since then. Now, okay, let's just continue. I wanted to explain something there. Okay, now see something here. We can see another inducement around this area, although this one has been taken out already. But before it was taken out, if you had caught this trade this way, if you had caught this trade maybe from here, let me move it a little bit back. If you had caught this trade maybe from this area, if you had caught this trade maybe from this area, you might want to take your entry from this zone. And any person that takes their entry from this zone, I won't actually blame them. Yeah, practically, I won't blame them because first of all, this is kind of like the main leg. This is kind of like the main low that price printed before the before it started rejecting. Yeah, and we have a very nice inducement around this area. But why won't I take something like this? It's simple. I already have this PI that has a fair value gap and swept liquidity. This one did not. This particular one here did not sweep liquidity, but this one swept it very, very nicely. And I was expecting price to move to this area and also fill this particular inefficient price action around here. And that was the only reason why I did not take it. Now, this is another tricky thing again you would see in this particular area. You see something, you saw something like this. See this break right here. I'm sure a lot of people must have want to take a buy here. We have this thing that looks like a sweep on a 4-hour time frame, but at the same time, it also looks like, okay, let's just call it a sweep anyway. But it's a break currently because it's a full body close here. But on the 4-hour time frame, it's more like a sweep. But when you see something like this and you see this break, you see a lot of people wanting to take trade from here. This is a perfect area to take a long. But there are two problems with something like this. Number one is the target. You might want to take a long from here to target this entry, and price might snub this entry, meaning your trade might not get to your entry before it starts reversing. And secondly, this has another problem, which is it doesn't have any inducement. It's a too clean POI. So it's either we see price trade into the zone, like engineer liquidity, take it out before moving, yeah, or price will just take out this low. And mind you, this is actually a weak low. Mind you, this is actually a weak low. Why? This is the area pretend low, and we are also bearish. And I hardly trade what's it called? Counter trends. I mostly follow the trend. Yeah. So we are looking to take trade from this particular zone, not this zone. But you would like to watch how price will react from this zone as well. So let's see what happened to this our first entry. Let's see how price moved from this our first entry to see if we get tagged or we get stopped. Okay, we've been tagged. And it's more like a neutral ground right now. You have no control over the market. The only thing you can do is you've already managed your risk. The only thing you can do is start looking for where to take partials if the trade should go your way as it is. Now, where will I be looking to take my partials? I'll be looking to take my partials at this particular area because this place can serve as a point of reversal. That is one. I'll be looking to take my partials here, which also aligns with my 50% rule. I might not move my SL to entry, but I'll be looking to take my partials at this area first if it actually goes my way anyway. So let's see. Okay, as it stands now, partials taken. And where is our target? Normally we are targeting this low. This is the low I'm targeting. On a normal trade, I'll be targeting this low. This sell side liquidity. I'll be targeting this particular low. So let's see what happens here. Now price is reversing. This is where you start having some psychological game. You'll be like, I should have taken profit here or something like that. Yeah. Now, like I said, this zone, a lot of people would want to buy from this zone, and it's actually the buy. that is creating this reaction. So we have one buy from here. We have this buy. Watch the other block. We have this buy from here. We have another break of structure to the upside here. We have this break of structure to the upside. I'm not taking all these trades. I'm only focusing on this particular model, but I'm just showing you guys how price moved with this model. So we have this second break of structure here, which means normally if you should follow other flow, we'll be looking to take another buy from this zone, right? Looking to take another buy from this zone. So let's see what price did. And where should be our target? Above this high. Okay? So let's see how price moved. Okay. Now price swept the high but did not close above it. Let me stop here. Now price swept this high. Like I said, our target should be above this high. And price swept the high but did not close above it. Where was my first entry? This area of sweep. Now we have another area of sweep and break of structure. We have it one leg, the pullback, break of structure. Same thing I saw here, same thing we saw here. One leg, the pullback, break of structure. This is the model. The inducement, mitigate and break structure, right? So now we have this area of sweep here too again. The fuck? Should I go on my generator now? So we have this area of sweep here. And we have this inducement here. We have the break of structure to the downside. Mind you, we've not taken profit from our main trade. So I'm just going to take the whole week here. I'm just going to take the whole week here. And we have, let me put the position tool to make it understandable very well. You guys will have to give me some minutes so I can. Why is it not working? Can you guys still hear me? So we'll be targeting this particular low. That same low, yeah? The same sell side liquidity, yeah? So let's see how price played out. The same entry model, we are not trading. As you can see, all these buys here, I did not take them. Now, what will price do to all these stop losses are right here? It's going to do what? Flush them all. This is more like internal range liquidity. So it's going to take all of them out and target this particular external range liquidity here. So let's see how price played out from there. Let's see how price played out from there. Okay, sorry, I never adjust my stop loss. It's supposed to be above this side here. Okay, we've been tagged already. Okay, let me stop here. Okay, now as you can see, price has taken this particular low here and it has printed another low. So this is a break of structure right here. This is a break of structure right here. And after a break of structure, you have to be looking for, you start looking for what? The same model. What are we trading? The impulsive leg, the pullback close to it, and break of structure. So what do we have here? We have an impulsive leg, we have a pullback, and a break of structure. So practically, okay, this one has already moved. Let me go back a little bit here. Let me stop somewhere like here. Hang on, guys. I think I'm having network issues. Okay, let me stop somewhere like here before they move. So just look at the leg. So now this is the price leg right now. After this TP, we have this move. This is the pullback close to another POI, right? So we can classify this place as the inducement or the trap. In this area of sweep here, this particular move swept this particular candle, right? So it's more like another flow. And we have another trap here. This is another trap. Where I should actually invalidate this and we'll take a trade from this particular place here. So let's see how price moved again from here. See your stop loss below. And where are we targeting? The recent low. You should be mindful of your TP zones, especially. You should be mindful of your TP zone more than your I mean you should calculate your TP zones more very well. Okay. So this is kind of like a lot of people might have taken their trades here at this zone. Let me delete this thing. Or people might have taken their trade at this particular zone, thereby being induced all of them. And our target is where this external range liquidity to again. This is our target right here. Sorry. So this is our target, the external range liquidity. Okay, let me stop here. So this is our target, and as you can see, price has smashed it. So we have like how many setups now? How many times have we seen it, and how many times has it played out? Don't worry, before you be like Kelvin doesn't hit SL on this. Don't worry, I'm pretty sure along the line I must have encountered some losses though. This is just study. Study looks way cooler. I must have encountered some losses when I was trading live anyway. So now we have the break of structure right here. Now there's something about this break of structure. Price only swept this low, did not break. If you watch, you will see this particular candle. If you see this particular wick, it's a wick. So price did not break the structure. It just swept it, which makes any trade you are taking from this zone, any sell you are taking from this zone, a little bit dangerous. So what are we looking at now? We'll be looking for price to take out this wick and close below. And we cannot confirm our break of structure to the downside before we start looking for moves. Yeah, and that is one. And secondly, if price should trade upwards, probably breaking this particular high here, we'll start looking for buys from this particular week. That is how it is. But if price should break below, we'll start looking for what? We'll continue looking for ourselves because what? We are bearish, right? So let's see what price does. You allow price to show, then you make a move. We are expecting a break to the downside before we now continue, but before we continue selling. And we've confirmed a break. We've confirmed the break to the downside. So this is it. This is a break of structure here. Found another break of structure. And okay, this is a break of structure, a confirmed break of structure. So where we'll be looking to take our trade from. We have this zone and we have this zone. But where will I want to like take my trade? This place practically before price broke out from this area entirely, it was acting as a strong area of what's it called? A strong area of support, right? And price flipped it. Yeah. So from this zone, from this particular area that swept liquidity before we break, this is something like, I think, I don't know if you guys are following this guy, Kevin Billion, on Twitter. Yeah. He practically posted something like this, where you have something like a shift of market structure in that area. And we have this loan week here. If I should go to the lower time frame, you might actually see it clearly. We have this loan week here in this particular order block that can actually serve as a pullback. So if this is a sweep of market structure, you might want to take a trade from here. But definitely, I'm not going to be taking this kind of trade. Where will I be looking to take my trade? I'm looking to take my trade from this area. I'm looking to take my trade from this area. But why am I rolling out this place? There is no inducement at all. There is no inducement at all. And that is why I won't want to take my trade from here. If I should want to take my trade, it's going to be from this area. But how long is price going to travel to this area here? We have a shift of market structure here. We have a very nice inducement around this area. So practically, this is more like our entry model that we should be looking at here. Well, I know myself, when I see something like this, I'm going to sit this one out. I won't want to take this particular trade. But this is more like where price would want to react from. If at all price is going to react from the area, it's actually where it's going to react from. Because this area practically has no inducement here. So they will want to like possibly use this one as they will possibly use this POI as inducement before selling or whatever. But this is where price would want to react from. and we should be targeting the low that it started its reaction from again. But I would like to see price make a move before I start looking to buy. Okay, price reacted from it though. Price reacted from it, sure. Price reacted from it perfectly. It's actually its TPU. Wow. Well, there's no pain in it. I wouldn't have taken the trade anyway. But it's actually the entry model also. But I wouldn't have taken the trade, sure. So where we will be looking to continue this, we will be looking to continue this particular move right now. Let's see. We will be looking to continue this particular move right now. We have this breakout structure here, and we have this zone. Looks like it's swept liquidity, yeah. Yeah, we have this zone. I actually want to trade above this area. I actually want to trade above this area, but it's not giving me good confidence. This particular trade is not giving me good confidence. I actually want to trade this above this area, and this is actually the pullback. Yeah, still the same entry model. Let's see. The same entry model here. So we have something like this. Target this low. I won't want to take this kind of trade anyway. I won't want to take this kind of trade soon. But still the same entry model share. And we have gotten how many trades from it? 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice. And this is another one. Let's see how it goes. Okay. At this junction now, I want to like move my profit target a little bit. I want to move my profit target a little bit here. Let's see. Targeting this particular low. This is showing. This is not showing a very good reaction. This is very, very bad. It's showing a very, very bad reaction, and we should hit SL. We never hit SL, so okay, yeah, we lost this one exactly. But it was even showing a very, very bad reaction. Now, when you lose a trade, you now start asking yourself, why did you lose this particular trade? Well, first of all, I wasn't getting a very good confidence on this particular trade, unlike this one, where it swept something, where it swept the previous high before breaking structure, and you see it's then where it swept this previous high before breaking structure, and you saw how the mitigation was clean, and the mitigation swept another high. Then we took another trade from it as well, and as you can see, this one too, same thing as we saw this first one, but this one actually did not sweep any high, so it actually did not sweep any liquidity. Yeah, so this was a bad trade. It's actually a silly loss from my side. So practically we have like 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's say out of 5 trades, we are having one loss. Yeah. This particular setup on your own loan time, you can backtest it on other peers to see how it plays out. Yeah. So now let's see why we lost this particular trade. Let's see why we lost this particular trade. So this is where I was looking to take the trade from, right? And price swept it. And if you watch the reaction from this area, we're already having this is the first, this is a normal inducement rate. Now we have another breaker structure. That's like 1, 2. So how many breaker structure have we had here? 1, 2, 3 breaker structures. This is more like price exhaustion. Like we've had the first breaker structure, second breaker structure, third breaker structure, and some professional traders would understand that when price start breaking structures 1, 2, 3 times, after the third one, you start expecting reversals, right? I guess that one was not in my mind when I was taking these shots. So yeah, after the first breaker structure, second breaker structure, third one, we should start expecting reversals. So this was the fourth break of structure, and we got this reversal. And this is showing a very nice uptrend here. And if we should switch from this break of structure here, look at this break of structure. If we switch from this break of structure here, this is the first one, this is the second one. This is a very nice POI to take a trade from, and this can be like an inducement. Now this setup on an uptrend. Now you can confirm an uptrend when you've had two or more break of structures. That's when you now be like, price is actually trending upwards or downwards. Not when you see one particular high, you will not be like, price is trending upwards or downward. Now, why will I confirm this as an uptrend? We have the first break of structure, second break of structure, we have third one. So this price practically changing trend first. Secondly, we have an inverse head and shoulder here. Some of you that don't believe that short patterns, it still works. We have an inverse head and shoulder here. So this first model here, I won't take it. I would like to see what price would do before I join the trend. But this is more like an inverse head and shoulder. We've had first break of structure, second break of structure, third break of structure. If I should draw a trend line, I automatically see a break in trend here. Let me see. Okay, this was the consolidation, and this was where trend started. This was the first break of structure. Yeah, let's see. Was it not here? No. Okay, first break of structure, second one. So this was where price started trending from, this upside, and we have this. So if this was a trend line here, we can practically see that price just broke out. Price just broke out from a particular trend line. So normally, with the same entry model, we have the first push, we have the pullback, and the rate of the high. We're expecting price to take out this inducement and sell to the upside. So where should we be targeting? We'll be targeting this recent high, yeah, with our stop loss just below it here. Now let's see how it's played out. Normally, I won't take this first trade. This is kind of like the same pattern I posted on Twitter last month. But which price action is this? This is 1st of July, yeah? Okay, this is price trading into this zone. And well, all I can say is this particular entry model is busting my brain. I don't know about you people. I don't know if you don't like money. But if you like money, after this session, take this particular entry model, because this is clearly, wow. Now, you can target this particular high if you are taking this trade, or you can target the extreme of this zone. Why? All the sales that we're taking from here are all trend line liquidities. So you expect price to do what? Read everything. Price will actually take out some people that were greedy and put their take profit below. Price will actually take out stop losses from here. But if you target the recent low, you will be safe. So price will take out stop losses from here. Take out stop losses from here, even from here and older. So price will actually want to read it. Now, this is the same setup on an uptrend. The same setup on an uptrend. This is it. We have the pullback and move. Now, what will price do? Read this particular low, trade into the POI, then do what? Sell. The amount of days it takes to trade into that particular POI is what will determine if you are going to be profitable or not, because some people lack patience. When I posted that setup on Twitter that I made over $7,000 from, when I posted it on Twitter, I think it took about 3-4 days before it actually triggered. And during that 3-4 days, I was busy watching Korean dramas. That was what I was busy doing. I finished the whole full season in 2 days. And when price got into that zone, I was happy and I made money from it. Simple money. Now, this was it. This is what? The inducement right here. This is the inducement right here. And what do we have here? The same thing. Three things made me change bias. Number one was this consequent break of structure to the upside. We have 1, 2, we have 1, 2, and 3. Yeah. Secondly, we have an inverse head and shoulder. If you understand chart patterns very well, you will know that it signifies what trend reversals. Yeah, and it is very, very effective. Head and shoulders are very, very effective. It signifies change of trend. So we have the inducement right here. We have a very nice order block here that has a fair value gap, which is perfect for our entry. Perfect, as in it has the perfect criteria that we are looking for. So with this, you can take your trade here. If you trust it very well, you can risk most times you risk higher when it comes to your A plus setup. So this is more like my A plus setup. So you can risk higher and make the most out of it. Yeah. And funny enough, I passed my first prop account when I started trading this gold in May. And I think I passed it using these two setups. Yeah, I think I passed it using these two setups. So that is just how it is. And if I have time, probably next week, I'm going to continue from where we stopped. What's today's date? Okay, this one should be Friday, 7th of July. So probably next week, I'll continue from 7th of July. Before some of you be like, it's backtesting, his win rate is not this thing like that. Before all these things played out, go and check my Twitter profile. I posted everything there before it started playing out, and I traded all of them before they started playing out. So I'm just backtesting what I've traded with you guys. It's more like reviewing my past trade. It's not backtesting past price actions. I'm just reviewing my past trade with you guys. I have the evidence. It's on Twitter there. You can go to my profile, check the dates, and check it there. I posted it. Or you check my WhatsApp groups. I posted it there too. Before all these things happened, like I made money with them live. So you can backtest it and see how it really works, and you benefit from it. Thank God nobody is drawing on the screen. I'm going to end this here. Probably next Sunday, we'll continue from 7th of July, and we'll see how I got more of these trades to the upside before the next downtrend. Because after this upside, I think it stops around a last point of true mitigation. There was the last point of true mitigation, this zone. I think the uptrend stopped around this zone before a very nice downtrend, which I also got. I was asking you guys, would you TP after 2,500 profit or something? So yeah, I got that downtrend too. And after that downtrend, there was still another uptrend again. I also got it. I posted it. So all this, I'll be back testing it with you guys in the coming weeks if I have time. So good night, guys, and God bless. If you have any question, I will post this video on Twitter. You just drop your question below it in the comment section. So I'm going to be ending it here. Thank you, guys.